Alright, what do you think, guys? This is Autumn. Autumn's going to be a new addition to my collection. I couldn't resist. I haven't had a beta in a long time since my dad overloved my other one. Autumn is awesome. You can't tell in this light by the angle, but his color is like a really dark purple blue. But his, Boris, stop it. His fins and whatnot are, they're a beautiful orange with a black outline. And it's not just fin rotted, it is an actual black outline. He's going to get his color back once we put him in his new home. He's going to be great. Anyway, back to these guys. My shrimp are doing great. Oh, what, Autumn? No, Autumn's not going in my shrimp tank. Don't be silly, it's not big enough for him. I mean, maybe if it didn't have so much stuff in it. I'm a believer, I do believe that betas do okay in a 1.5 gallon to 2 gallon tank. But you have to keep decoration and all that stuff into mind. This tank, it has way too much in it for this guy. This guy is he's beautiful. He's got gorgeous fins. I can't wait to get him into his new tank. I look really forward to adding him to my collection. I was trying really hard not to buy any more fish because I know I'm probably going to be moving in a year. Or within a year. But I can't help it. I have so much joy with fish, and I haven't had a really good fish tank in so long, and I won't have a really good fish tank until after I move and settle into the new house. But Autumn was there, and I loved his colors so much. I absolutely could not resist. So I went ahead and got him, and I went ahead and picked up some nice wood here that I'm going to put in his tank. And a lot of that extra moss is going to go into his tank also. I got him his very own moss ball. Now, in case you guys are wondering what tank he's going to go into, give me one moment. Alright, now I had to dig around a lot in the basement to find this. This is actually an old fish tank of mine. It's an old 10 gallon. It's a little wet because I just cleaned it out. My plan is to get 2 betas in here. Now, before you say anything, hold on, wait a minute. I have a divider that was custom cut for me when I had my tarantula and scorpion in a 10 gallon for a while. So it actually fits right in. Now, I know, betas, if they can see each other, they will fight. Hear me out. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Okay, I saw this amazing thing with moss, and since my moss is growing so well, I'm going to build a moss wall along... Boris, you are not helping. Oh my god. But I'm going to build a moss wall along here to help block the view. So this will be the tank divider. So each beta will have like a 5 gallon and a 5 gallon. And it will have a moss wall attached to it. And I'm going to try to leave the holes area empty, so air, water flow and stuff can go through it just fine. I don't really plan on adding much else for tank mates. I plan on just having a beta each. And I'll probably maybe move some shrimp over if these shrimp all grow up because the babies are still doing really well. You make it really hard to record anything. Now this tank, the old 10 gallon, is really, really old. I dug out everything for it. I'm going to use this temporarily, and I'm going to clean it first. This is how old it is. This is the old lid to it. And it's just, basically we're just going to help it keep the water in and keep fish from jumping out. But I'm going to go ahead, when I go up to work next week, I'm going to go ahead and pick up just a glass top for it. I'm going to use that light for it because I'm not going to have any live plants in it. Unlike this tank, I want this tank completely live planted. It's great. But I'm going to go ahead and take my old little neon light that I used to use on this tank and put that on. Now, I thought about taking that big light down and using that for the 10 gallon, but like I said, I'm not going to do a live planted tank in the 10 gallon. I'm just going to have my 2 awesome beta fish. I only have 1 beta fish right now. We're going to acclimate them and start slow. I'm going to give it plenty of time to create a filter for itself or something. I don't know. I don't really have a pump yet. I'm going to use the old pump that I had in here since it's rated up to a 5 gallon. Betas don't need a lot of clean water. Well, okay, actually that made no sense whatsoever. Let me rewind. Betas don't need a big filtration. There we go. And since it is going to... Are you trying to eat the... What are you doing? Hey, you leave Autumn alone, mister. Yeah. Oh my goodness. But since they don't need a huge filter or anything crazy, they're not heavy on the bio load. At most, I'll probably have, the beta in there, maybe a couple shrimp eventually when this tank gets too much, and a snail or 2. And I'm just going to use it for decorating. I just want to decorate it and have pretty fish in it, and a betta on each side would be beautiful. That is my update right now. Like I said, I look forward to this project. I've already started. Since this was made for a reptile 10-gallon, it has the ledges here getting caught on the top of the aquarium. So I'm sanding and sawing it down with a little handsaw. I can't focus because my camera's crap. But I'm sawing it down to make little ledges so it'll hook in and rest on the top of the aquarium. And that should help keep it sturdy. Plus, I have leftover white gravel that I'm going to put in there from this tank. I have a whole bag of it. That's plenty for a 10-gallon. I've also got some old decorations from my old tanks that I had. I'm going to clean all them up, and I'm just going to see what I can create out of what I have left over. I'm trying not to spend too much money on the tank because, like I said, I really shouldn't be buying it since I know I'm going to be moving within a year, and I won't be able to take the fish with me because I'm probably going overseas, but that's a different story. I really look forward to moving and getting my own place and getting a big place to get an actual aquarium with shrimp and live plants and aquascaping and a huge community and all kinds of cool crap. But until then, I'm going to play with what I have, and I really look forward to putting Autumn here. We can kind of see his tail. Look how orange that is. That is so cool. I love the fall, and his colors just popped out, and I look forward to getting him out of that cup and getting him settled and acclimated into a bigger tank to really see his colors come out. I'm pretty sure he's looking forward to it too. He's just been hanging out with me. He drove home in my cup holder, and I had to run a couple errands. But thankfully it wasn't freezing cold. It was moderately cool out. So he did fine just hanging out in the truck while I ran my errands. And that's kind of funny just looking over having this beautiful fish in a cup holder next to me in my big old truck. But, so that's Autumn. Autumn is my new addition. And I don't know who my other addition's going to be yet. But I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to get everything set up first. And when everything is stable, then I'll see about adding 2 into the 10-gallon. But for now, we're just going to have this guy. We do a lot of water changes. Why won't it focus? This camera is so crap. I need a new phone. Taking donations for a new phone. I think the S8s are going on sale soon because the S9s are coming out in March. That's right, I'm an Android lover. Android for life. Alright, Autumn, let's get you settled in. I will make a video to upgrade my progress on everything. I would if I had the tools and equipment to do a step-by-step, watch me do all this cool crap like people do on YouTube, but all I have is my phone. I don't even have my good editing software anymore since my computer crashed, and I had to get a new computer. The old computer, it was very old, and it was dying. Okay, yep, off to work. We're getting to work. Autumn, we're gonna get you out of there, buddy. I promise. Peace. Ta-da! Alright, so it looks like I'm gonna have to buy a light for each side. Only one betta right now. Just got... Basically, all I did is I dug around for all my leftover aquarium stuff. That included the gravel / sand mixed. I mixed it together. And a couple decorations that I forgot I even had. The only thing I did buy, of course, was the betta. In fact, look at his colors. Look how cool he is. But that's Autumn. And then, of course, I bought the wood and the giant moss ball. And then as a divider, I took that plastic piece and I made a bit of a moss wall out of it with Java moss. And we'll see if that grows. I've seen it do some cool stuff on videos. I only really placed it like that's the plastic clear side that you can see out of. And then this is this side with the grate that is probably going to grow out of more. But this side also has holes in it, so it'll probably grow out of those holes. You can see them all drilled in there. I'm working on closing the flow down a bit. I bought just like the cheapest freaking filter. I went to Walmart at like 11 o'clock last night just to get a little filter. And of course I had to get the cheapest one because I'm trying my hardest not to really spend much money on this project. But, and yeah, they don't need a filter, but I like to have the air moving, or the water moving and all that stuff. I think he sees his reflection back there. He's got to get used to that. Oh yeah, he definitely sees his reflection. Even the background, that background back, I found that too. It was wrapped up in my old aquarium, so I just taped it back on there. But he seems to be doing really happy. He survived the night. He's doing a good job. That little heater's doing a good job of keeping this tank moderately warm. Not too warm, definitely a comfortable temperature. It's the one I took out of my shrimp tank because it was keeping the water just way too hot. So I'm glad I get a chance to reuse that. I almost bought a lid at Walmart, but I don't like those lids. I don't like the little aquarium lids they have there. I don't like those solitary plastic things. That and the aquarium lid was like 20 something bucks. And I could buy a whole new 10-gallon kit for $30. Why would I spend 20 something on a lid? And then, you know, a filter and all that. That would be silly. So I went ahead and just cut up some of this stuff that I made the moss wall out of. And that's the light that I used to use on my shrimp tank. This is what I have slowing the flow down right now, but I think I'm going to put a little bit of cotton behind it just to help a little bit more, because I want the water circulation there, but I don't want it too strong for them. And it does go a little on both sides, so I cut everything towards half and half so the filter flows over on one side and a little on the other. And I'm trying to put the heater by the water current movement so it helps move the heat around. And as I was filling it up, I was mostly trying to fill up one side just to see how well it filled up the other. And it does. The water passes through pretty easily. But if I get two bettas now, when I get two bettas now, at least they won't be able to see each other, so they shouldn't be irritated. This is his first time having the light on in the tank because I just hooked it up. So he can obviously see his reflection in the glass. I'm going to keep an eye on that, and if I have to, I'll turn the light back off before he stresses himself out. I'm hoping he realizes that it's not another fish. It's just his beautifulness. Now he's attacking air bubbles again. He did seem to sleep pretty comfortably with that flow going the way it is, because the flow is directed mostly down, so he kind of slept over here in the corner. But he swims over to the flow and then flops around in it, then he swims back into it. I kind of think he likes it. I'm still going to cut it back. But this is my little betta, you know, enclosure. I actually think he's getting hungry. Maybe I'll try feeding him. I didn't feed him since I brought him home yesterday, because I wanted him to kind of relax. Pardon me. I'm either going to find a way to direct the light over both halves, or I'm going to buy a second light for that half, or I'm just going to buy a new light that just can hang over top of it and light both halves. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. That's not in a big hurry right now since I only have one betta, and that light is plenty bright for that half. Knowing me, I'll probably find a way to cut it and fit it over both. We'll see. What are you doing? Stop flaring up, will ya? Is it the corner that you see yourself in? Obviously. I don't want him to stress himself out, so I'll keep an eye on him and we'll deal with that. But there we go, that's Autumn, and this is Autumn's new enclosure, new tank. It's definitely by no means finished. I'm pretty sure I'll move things around, add things as I, you know, come to them over the next few weeks. Things to make it better, give him a little more foliage. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and feed him. He looks like he's hungry.